All right, so let's model an arcade one-up Space Invader cabinet. Okay, and it doesn't have the riser, so this is very similar to the classic one, or the cheaper one. And we're gonna grab the images first. Okay, so first things first is go to your browser. I typed in Space Invader Arcade One Up texture. If you scroll down, and I'm on Bing, okay, it took a while right here. Scroll down, you'll find it right here. This is the one I'm using. All right, the screen is actually it's one of those vertical aspect ratio screens. So this one is for a it's kind of square. They're the kind of traditional one. So I mean, we'll just use this. And excuse me. And you need to also grab one of the screens. Okay. So one of the playing screens, so that we can use that for the texture. All right. So this lesson's basically will concentrate on curves and how you can get to this shape really easily, and then the rest is just it's UV texturing and whatnot. So all right, I'm gonna save this one right here, and I will start a new scene. Okay, I'm gonna go to the front. I'm going to delete the cube here. Okay, and let's bring in the image. So I got one in the pictures right here, and I actually have that in there. Should have clicked that. There it is. All right, drag it right here, and this is what we'll be copying. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to be tracing this using the using a curve and then filling in the blanks. Okay. So first things first is I'm going to lower the opacity on this one just so that it's not too bright. Click on opacity, lower that as long as I can see. I'm going to get rid of the grid and the floor also so that it's a little bit cleaner. Okay. All right, so let's get started with our well, we just need this because we just need to flip it over for the outside. We just doing one. Okay. First things, yeah, let's start with that. So Shift A. Let me move this back a little bit so that my curve is at the top. Okay, let me turn on my screencast and no, sorry, Y-axis. Move it back a bit. All right, so add curve Bezier. Okay, and we're just gonna basically trace this. So I will move my Bezier curve right here and press tab. Okay, and I get 2 points. Okay, and I will just try my best right here. So I'm gonna go right here and then go over here. Let me see if I'll be able to do that with just these 2 points here. Okay, should be able to. So this one I will just kind of move it about. Okay, let's zoom in and then, oops, sorry, move the wrong key. Okay, kind of like that. All right, and over here I'm going to press E to extrude. I'm going to go over here. That's where it's kind of gets tricky right there, because now I have to conform with this and oops, sorry, kind of try to make it here. It kind of looks jaggedy, you notice right here. And you can increase that resolution right here, but for our purpose that should be, it's fine. And because I'm trying to do this kind of like minimum number of points that we can get away with. Let's see. I think that's good enough right there. All right, there we go. And over here, of course, we need to extrude this again. Problem is, it'll be this really kind of unwieldy. Oh, I'm supposed to just grab that, undo, not extrude it. Let's press E one time all the way here. All right. And then over here, of course, what we need to do is break this. Press V, it's in victory. Free, so that this one is independent. Okay. So I can just go like this and then kind of straighten that, but we have something better. Right here, however, we have to press E again to get that one. Another one right there. Okay. Okay, let me just start fixing my Bezier here so they're not too... I kept pressing the wrong button. Okay, and make sure you don't want your curve to be going the other way. So, all right. So how do we get corners right here? It's actually pretty easy. Select your point and then press S and then 0. So you're basically zeroing out the handles. S to scale, press 0 and enter. Right here, however, we just need to break that. Free. This needs to go straight. That one, press E. That needs to be broken as well. All right, now we'll get into cleaning this up. All right, so let's first take care of this. So those 2 points needs to be aligned, like straight on. Okay, this one and that. Okay, so we can do this is the front, so this is the x-axis. So if I do S, X, and then 0, so you can see it just kind of align those two together. You see it? So what I'll do here is I'm going to move them into position like so. And we know for sure we have a straight line. Same thing with this. So this is the z-axis. So I'm going to press S, Z, and 0. Oh, forgot to select it. There you go. S, Z, 0. Okay, and then it move it like, you know for sure those things are aligned, so it's flat right there. All right, same thing with this one. So it's this 3 actually, not that one. So that would be S, X, 0. And they're all lined up. Okay. Now let's take care of this here. It has a little bit of curvature, so we might need to lower that a little bit. Right there, so we can start curving that. Same thing with this. Let's position those two together. That's supposed to be flat right here, all this. S, X, 0. Okay, and that one can go up a bit. This one can go over here. Let's try and fix that a little bit. All right, that should be good enough. There we go. Here, that's a SX0, but I do want to extend this first. Otherwise, because if you do an S0 on this one, then you have to kind of, well, let me show you. S0. Okay, and then when you extrude that, you get an S0 already, and then it takes a little bit of finagling right here to kind of get those back. You see it? Now I got them back. All right, so instead of doing S0 and whatnot on this one, I would rather extrude this first. Oh, there's multiples in there. I don't know how many times okay, there we go. Press E. E. So I'm just extruding for each possible corners, okay? So now that I did that, I can just select this and S0. That one as well, S0. That one, no, that would be a free, okay? Free right there, and then move that. Okay, so let's fix this two first. They need to be flat along the z-axis, so that's S, Z, 0. Then let's move them down in position. Okay. These two are supposed to be kind of straight line right here, so that would be S, X, 0. Move it here a bit, and that's the point right there. Okay, now this one right here needs this curve, and can we possibly, probably, so select those two together. I'm going to bridge this by pressing F. All right, then we'll move this one right here. This can't be this has to be automatic, can't have that as free. Oh, that one we need to free. Should we? No, it's curvature. No, we gotta make sure it works, so there's no break. There we go. This one, there we go. This one right here. There we go. That should be good enough. All right, let's take a look. I'm gonna save this one in case. I'm gonna call it Arcade 1. All right, and there we have it. And what do we do with this? We can convert this into a mesh. It's a curve right now. Okay, so we do have to convert it to a mesh. Let me make sure that everything's good. Oops. Okay, where did I messed up? Oh my goodness, look at that. I didn't even notice that one, but that's easy. All I have to do is select everything. SY0, and it's flat. Okay, I missed that one. Okay, but I just selected everything, SY0, everything's flat. So I will right click here, and then I will convert this to a mesh. Okay, so when I press tab now, you get points basically, as opposed to the Bezier handle. But what is the advantage? Well, I can select all the faces and press F. I get a solid one. Okay, then I can just simply extrude this, or I can put the Solidify Modifier. So if I press E, okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm just kind of eyeballing this. Is that how thick the panel should be? Maybe I should have, yeah, I would say that's good enough. All right, and we can go right click, shade smooth it, go here, face normal. All right, so we're good to go with this one. So let's get our UV edit, okay, and our shader, of course. Let's do our shading first. Let's give it a shader. And they're quite glossy. They're kind of shiny. They do have kind of like a laminate on them. So, however, this one, it's a little dull. It's supposed to be, I forgot what you call it, but it's like a rubber strip on this one. And T-mold, okay. And the real one, it's actually molded, but on the Arcade 1-Up, I think because their budget arcade unit, I don't think it's a real T-mold. It's just kind of like a rubber strip. Okay, so we'll have two colors for this one. So I'm going to add another one. We're going to call this one the yellow strip, so we can reuse that later on. We find the yellow for it. It's kind of darker. It's kind of, well, maybe that's good enough right there. Then we can. There we go, something like that. Okay, and then this one would be yeah, it's a little shinier. This one will be for the skin right here. Okay, so now that we have that applied, let's go into shading. Let's get the photo, of course, right here, and we're just going to simply plug that to the base. Okay, and let's go to our UV. So if you're not sure what's happening here, we're going really fast because we have multiple lessons on this. Serial box, the works, you know, it's totally up to you now what you want to study, or you can kind of follow along here if you're very familiar with Blender. So I will select this part in face mode. Okay, and oh yeah, we have to add another color here. I forgot. It's the black kind of surface, a little rough, and it's black. Okay, So we got those three materials. So the inside right there will be black. So I'm just gonna call this one black paint. This one we're gonna give it. This is the arcade side. So just get a side panel. Okay, so that one black. We're just gonna assign it. There we go. All right, and then here I'm gonna control click one of those lines. It goes all the way around, yellow strip. Okay, and then this one is this panel, and let's go number one right here, and we got to give it a UV texture. So unwrap it and press U. We just want to project from view exactly how Blender's seeing it. Okay, let me save that. There it is. So I'm going to press A, select everything, simply go right here and scale this to fit. Okay, a little bit more scale. I think that's good right there. All right, and there's our one piece. Okay, so for the other piece, we just simply duplicate this and flip it over with the image. Okay, so let's go right here. We can duplicate this, Shift D, GX. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over, SX minus 1. So it flipped it, but the image, of course, it's kind of crooked. Okay, and then we just got to fix it right here. Let me turn on screencast here. So SX minus 1 is simply you flip it over using the scale. So let me undo that. Undo, right? Remember. So if I go like this, the scale tool along X, what I do is like you go over and you basically flip it like that. So when you press S and then X axis minus 1, so basically opposite but one scale, you know. There we go. All right, so this one, selecting the front face right here, okay, and then we go U, project from view. There it is. Press A to select everything, G to position it, and then S to scale it. All right, a little bit more. All right, good enough. So we got those two pieces already, and we just need to finish this part right here. The rest of the panel that's kind of missing would be there's a black paneling, and then of course we got to create buttons and joysticks. Okay. All right. Let's go with this one. We can model just here. I'm just going to get a Shift A. Oh, make sure you're in object mode. Okay, you don't want to be sharing with that one. Shift A, mesh plane. Okay. RX90 on the plane. So I just kind of rotated it. Okay, I'm going to go with my X-ray mode as well. Oh yeah, go right there. X-ray, so we can see it. Okay, so let me scale this one. Press S. It's kind of, and it's a square one, which is excellent. It's a little bit bigger. All right, good enough right there. Okay, and then I will do tab, edit mode, face mode. I'm going to press I, inset polygons, and drag it. Okay, I'm going to go to edge mode, select this top bar, go to my move tool, move this down, move this up, move that a little bit to the left. We're just kind of copying the image, right? And we go here, select this face, number 3 right here, and then delete it. Okay, select everything, press E. That gives it that thickness. All right, and let's go to our textures. Okay, so this one, go to object mode, turn off that one. We're gonna click new, but instead of making a new one, we're gonna get the same black color. So that would be, we're just gonna go down here to the existing one, black paint. We're just gonna be, you know, applying the same thing. So that got all the black paint. Okay, and then here we select just the front. All right, we add a new material for it. Okay, we're gonna assign it, and this new material is simply the same side panel. Okay, because that's the one with all the graphics. So we just go right here, go to the front here, and we simply unwrap this, press U, project from view exactly as is, press A to select here, and we simply reposition and scale. A little bit more. All right, that's good enough. So we got our front panel, and the rest right here will be simple plain and so on and so forth. We'll just go through that. So I'm just going to model those, and I'll be radio silent because you pretty much understand what's happening on everything. Now let's go for the other panels. Let's get a new plane. I'm in object mode, by the way, so I'm just going to go RX90 on this one. Okay, let me turn on my background. I'm in X-ray mode. Okay, and this one, it's for this shape right here, so I will simply just kind of scale this to fit. And I'm in the UV, you know, so I'm just working here, and you can definitely go to the modeling tab if you want, if you need a little bit more space. And let me turn on my screencast. All right, right there's good. Okay, and then what we need is simply go to extrude this a bit. Okay, so just press E, give it thickness right there. Do we even need thickness? Probably not, because this is on the side panel. Okay, so we will just go and finish our unwrap. So press U, project from view. Okay, and of course we need to give it a side panel. You know, that's, well, should have renamed that to something better. This, I guess we can call this one arcade graphic, so that we keep kind of reusing it. Okay, there it is. And then here, press A, and then simply just kind of project from view. Did I? Okay, there we go. So probably have it at a different angle when I did that, so I didn't match it. So, and you simply position that until it fits perfectly right there. Okay, this one right here, I can just reuse this one. So let's give this one, this is front bottom panel. Okay, and this one is the, let's take a look at my object here. So this one, we're going to call this one, this is the right side. Yeah, right side panel. This one is the left side panel. All right, this is the screen panel. So screen frame panel. All right, and I will just grab this object here, Shift D, right click, and okay, this will be our marquee panel. So I'm just kind of, you know, reusing it. So I'm going to move it up here so it matches the marquee right here, which is the same kind of, almost the same. There we go. Right there. Okay, hit tab, edit mode, press U, project from view. All right, and we simply move and scale it to fit our UV mapping. Slightly scale it. All right, good enough right there. And I'm going to duplicate this again, duplicate it. All right, and move it down here. We're gonna rename this one. Oh, that's a no-no. Did not do what I just did. Make sure you're in object mode when you duplicate it. Shift D to duplicate. This one will be the, this is the control panel basically. This is where the joystick and the buttons will be. Okay. I don't know if that's what you call it, but let's call it control panel. Okay, let's just kind of do the edit here real quick. And we're going to need thickness for this one, I think, because we will see the side. Yes, it's on the top. So unlike the other one, we can just leave them like paper thin. All right, so I'm going to go to point mode here, select all this, and move it up to there. Actually, I can drag it all the way down here if I want to. Okay, and then I'm just going to do Control R, give it a cut at that line. Press number 2 to edge mode, select both edge right there. Okay, press E to extrude, then right click to cancel. Don't move them, scale them instead. They both go out like so. There's that. Okay, and then on this one we can just go like so and select all the faces. Press E to extrude. Maybe a little bit more. And just kind of eyeballing. Whatever, that's fine right there. Okay, so here we have the arcade graphics already. Okay, we need to add the yellow strip and back panel maybe. All right, right there. Okay, so on this one, this is the yellow strip, so it does exist already. I'm just going to click on this existing material list, yellow strip. This one is the black paint. Okay, so for the front right here, we will assign that one. Okay, we're going to go to number 1 here, press U. We will unwrap, project from view, and right here, the same deal as before. We will scale and fit. All right, right there. Okay, and then we will select the side. That'll be the yellow strip right here. Assign it. Okay, and then I'm gonna select this front. Control I to invert the selection, so that will be the back selection. We will just apply the black paint in case we get to see parts of it that needs it. All right, so, and let's think it's too thick. All right there, and I think that's it for all the parts. Okay, the marquee, it does have yellow at the top. No, so okay, we gotta fix it. So we gotta select this guy right here and then extrude it. Add the 2 yellow strip, black paint. Same deal, folks. Yellow strip, black paint. All right, so I'm gonna save this one. We got all the pieces, and let's start assembling it. Okay. Oh, we're missing the screen. Okay, so, and we did have the graphic for that one. So let's just probably get a new, or we can just add it to this. Right? Okay, so let's just select this one and then edit. I'm gonna go with number 2 right here. I'm gonna select all this edge right there, and then I'm gonna press F so it fills it up. Okay. Let's add another one, new. We're gonna call this one. This is the arcade LED screen. Okay, and we need to assign it to that. We're gonna need to change it to emission, just this one, so it has like a brightness to it. Okay, it has a power, so we can make it super bright, and but we don't want just the white color. We want to go to our shading. We want to grab the color as our graphic right here. So all right, so I found the photo, so I'm just gonna drag it to emission right here, and there it is on our screen. Let's go back to UV editing, select this one, and then I'm gonna go project from view, press U. Let's turn on screencast again. All right, press U to unwrap, project from view. There it is, and I simply press A to select everything here, and then show the screen like so. Kind of center that. Let me do some scaling. The thing is, it's actually, these are like a landscape view, I mean portrait view, so that's a little tricky here, showing the entire thing. So I will press S right here. I want to make it skinny right there. However, you start showing the sides, maybe that's way too skinny. Right there. And what we need to do in shading right here is just simply not tell it to repeat. Okay. Just put clip. All right. So when you look at it right here, you don't see the difference between repeat. See the sides. You go to clip, you don't see those. And how much light we want to glow it right here. Okay. Make sure that we have our bloom, screen space, ambient occlusion, and all that stuff. All right, so we're ready to kind of assemble this now. Let's go to our modeling. Okay, let's hide our guide now. Okay, so let's go to this one so it's a little brighter. Okay, we're gonna leave this one as the main, the marquee. Which one is flat? I think the marquee and this one. This one needs to go rotate. Okay. That would be RX90. Oh, RX negative 90. Okay. And let's turn on screencast on this window. All right, so that one is done right there. This will have to rotate along the Z, so that would be RZ90. Nice. RZ negative 90. Oh, that did I put RZ negative 90. All right, so those are looking good. So let's go to the side. They're all kind of lined up like so. Let's go to our wireframe mode so we could see where all these things are. This one goes on top actually. It fits right there. Okay. What is that one? All right, so let's just kind of move these things to the in position. All right, and look at a arcade 1 unit, will you, for guide, you know, for this one that stays at the bottom like so. All right, and goes to the front up to there, I think. Okay, and marquee goes up to here, I think, and it goes a little bit back like so. Now the screen, it's angled a bit, so it goes down here. That would be rotation along the red. It has an angle to it, but not too much. Then we move it back right at the edge of that one. And let's see, maybe it moves back a bit. The marquee goes forward a bit. All right, and then the rest would be just kind of like black paneling. All right, let's make sure this one is not hovering, because it sits right there. Okay, and our side right here, this should let me go object, origin to geometry, so it's in the center. Object, set origin to geometry, and we want to make sure this one fits snugly right there. Same thing with this. If this is not fitting, then we might need to just scale it just a little bit so that it joins that one. All right, and the rest is kind of, like I said, like a black panel. So I can get a in object mode, get a plane, give it the same material, the black paint. Let's do RX90 on this one. Go to the front, okay. And I'm just going to scale this one. And it can go a little bigger and go through the panels. So we need one right here, and we'll move it like so, right there. And then I'm going to duplicate this because I'm going to be recycling it. Okay, I'm going to put it up there. And this one, I'm going to hit tab, go to line, okay. Go to number 3 right here and go to wireframe mode. Press E to extrude, and it just kind of goes like that. All right, so let's take a look. So it just kind of covers that one right there. Okay, and then for this one, we need a back panel. So definitely we need this thing right here in the back, like so. Let's do edit, select the edge. Let's move that all the way down. Okay, let me move it back a little bit. All right, let's go right here, click the edge. Let's move that down up to here, and then goes to the marquee. So going to go number 3. Wireframe mode. Then we're going to go press E to extrude, and there it is. We're just going to connect it just below the marquee. Okay. Right there, and then oh, we need another one right here, so I should have duplicated that multiple times, but yeah, let's just get this panel. Okay, I'm going to duplicate it, Shift D. Okay, I'm gonna go to number 3 right here, so Shift D to duplicate it. Okay, we're going to go to point mode and make sure we're in X-ray mode. So I'm going to select that point. So I'm selecting both, right? I'm going to go here, number 3, and just kind of for the marquee. I think it's just flat like so. All right, let's take a look. There's a lot of bloom. Let's tone down the bloom a little bit. Or our lighting is just not that good. All right, let's see. Oh, we don't have lights yet. Okay, other than this guy. So let's do the well, arcade. They do have some moody lighting. All right, probably fluorescent at the top, or, you know, reminiscent of your 80s. So this one is pretty much done. We just need to create joysticks and buttons for it. Okay, but let's make sure. Let me check. I think it goes pretty high. I'm checking my own arcade unit, so let me make sure here that this panel is set correctly. At least we'll move it like that, so at least we get to see the name Space Invader, and it has it kind of all the way right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's add some lighting to it. Probably add an area light. Okay, we'll move this up like so. Let's kill that light right there. Okay, I'll give this a lot of power. Let's go to 1000 watts. There we go. We probably have to make them look like kind of fluorescent. So we'll strip them like that, duplicate it. All right, let's see what it looks like if we put a floor. And then all we need is the Chuck E. Cheese really awesome carpet. I'm just gonna keep this one dark, not shiny at all, just so that we could kind of highlight the arcade. All right, there it is. The buttons, we'll probably do a kind of like a quick separate lesson for that one, but for now this is done.